Just by looking around this age, you can easily tell it was modeled after the Grand Canyon. I mean, not the giant machines. I'm talking about the terrain. Well, that was kind of obvious. Look at this strange bridge. It reminds me of a dinosaur spine. That's probably not what it is, but that's what it makes me think of. And the path splits again. And we've got some kind of elevator here with a little curly Q in it. And it's also got its own violin playing. Or maybe that's just a coincidence. But it's not in operation right now. If it was, we could head on down to that lower level right there. Yep. Too bad, isn't it? Then again, I don't think anything around here is getting power yet, so we're gonna have to take care of that first anyway. Now take a look at this monster. At first glance, it might look like two meshing gears, or perhaps two pulleys on a conveyor belt. But here you can see it can't be that, because that's where the suspension cables are attached. Imagine if those things broke, and the whole thing crashed into the ravine. That'd look pretty cool, wouldn't it? Assuming we'd, you know, live. Here's an interesting mode of transportation. Obviously everyone piles into this lower section, and the top part looks like some kind of balloon, though it's currently deflated. And the whole thing is inaccessible right now, as if it would take one of those things just to get to it. Yeah, I just climbed 60 feet without facing the ladder. But I almost got clotheslined by this cable. It's attached to the airship, so it's probably the track it's supposed to run along. It's also the cable that's attached to the daggers, so that's what those things are for. And now that we're back here, we can see from this side that the huge chunk of metal is nothing more than some kind of gate for the airship. And on this side of it is a towering tower. How much you guys want to bet this thing won't work either? Yeah. Anyway, here's some kind of pressure gauge with some valves. Ooh, that one's jammed. But right now, they're all equally worthless because there's nothing going through the pipe. Well, the bridge is out, and we can't get to that platform over there. Now, I've kind of hinted at this before, but I've never just come out and said it. Savidro's the one that's been sabotaging everything. He's the one that put the flytrap in Idana, and he beheaded the telescope on Jananin, and now we've seen him wreck a couple things on Voltaic already. I guess he wanted Atris to work a little harder to get through his own lesson course. But it's not fair for us, since we never saw the original one. Anyway, that platform might have something to do with getting to that airship, but I can't really tell from here. Or with this pipe here, it might inflate the balloon. Fun. But at least there's a ladder here. You know, that's pretty much the only thing we got going for us. Maybe nothing works, but at least there's always somewhere else to explore. Oh, and pages to find. That's another thing keeping us going. Now, if you've got good pattern recognition skills, then based off the other entries we've found, you could figure out this is entry number 14. The game automatically puts it in the right place, so it doesn't matter too much. Unless you want to track which entries you're still missing. The cavern wall is almost ready. For weeks I have been polishing it, rubbing away at the cracks to obtain a smooth surface. I haven't been able to sleep much these last weeks. I was afraid I might never wake up. But if I can make him see all that happened, if I can show him the pain his family caused, it will be worth it. Tomorrow, I begin mixing the paints. The only mural we've seen so far was in Idana, but that wasn't in a cavern. So perhaps he painted other ones too. Well, that was easy. And now we're back on the sunny side of the giant metal facade. Oh boy, now we're at the dinosaur spine. See, it reminds me of the one in Space Quest 1, so it makes me a little uneasy. I think that spine was supposed to be some kind of goofy makeshift bridge too, but the last time I tempted fate, it didn't go so well. But it looks like I'm stuck here without a choice, so here goes nothing. Okay, I think it's pretty stable. And this time I won't walk back and forth for no reason. But if I just hold still and look around, I think we'll be okay. And here's some more of those daggers, holding up the airship track and carrying it off around the corner. Yeah, from this close you can tell it's not really a dinosaur spine. Instead, it's a perfectly safe round pipe. Maybe it's the desert background that triggers the memory, I don't know. And it looks like we got a door into this vent here. Good, now we can finally get out of the heat. Ooh. This kind of reminds me of that fan duct in Riven. Whoops, apparently I went too far. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, just like in Riven. I recognize that door. But then there's also this window that looks into a room that I don't recognize. But this door won't open. Why is that? Ah, safety concerns. We're not going to be part of the lava soup special today. Do I even need to comment on what this looks like? My goodness. Let's put the lava puzzle on the back burner for now. Dope. I'm sure I was the last one to see that. Yay! We finally solved a puzzle on voltaics. One door. How pitiful is this?